In response to a question that was sent to me, where someone was asking me to explain what happens to twin flames when one of them passes over. Twin flames obviously are celestial mates, which means they're eternal soulmates. And when they incarnate in the physical world, they're oftentimes coming in as an extraordinary event to reunite after thousands and thousands of lifetimes of being split apart. So it's a very extraordinary event that will cause Kundalini activation, it will cause 12-strand DNA activation and higher. And it is designed, honestly, from the higher world in order for them to come in and anchor frequency from the Elohim realms. And so oftentimes, believe it or not, when twin flames unite, sometimes one of them will then leave this world after they go through Hyros Gamos and they do a lot of their spiritual work to anchor in the frequency. One of them may pass over. And this is done because it's really, really dense in the 3D world. Twin flames come from the 12D and higher, and it's dense in this reality, and so it becomes sometimes very necessary depending on the twin flames and what their soul story is. It can be necessary for one of them to leave this plane of existence after they've united and gone through the work that they need to do to restore all their codes, their DNA, to heal what I call sowing the soul. And because they're here with an extraordinary mission, which is the Amente rescue mission for planet Earth. As you guys know, you're probably seeing the whole world looks like it's burning down to the ground right now. That's why twin flames came in, is they are here to help anchor in these truths from the celestial realms, in not just truth but frequency also in the earth. So they're doing Merkaba work with the earth's grids, with the animal kingdom, the planet kingdom, the people, the every living thing. They're actually anchoring frequency in here. It's a sort of a psychic work that they're doing, and that is why one may leave. This is organized by the monad soul. And so one may leave in order to help hold the Elohim frequency, because depending on the twin flames, it can be very, very challenging to hold that high frequency on the earth plane while we're going through all of this psychological warfare and everything else. So one will agree to go back on the other side and hold that frequency there to help the one that's here doing the work from the physical plane. They're still completely always united. Twin flames have full-blown telepathy, so I can hear my twin flame all day, every day. I don't need him to be in the room with me. I don't need him to be in the same city or the same state or the same country as me. We're never apart. It's a very high-level spiritual connection that is bonded through the monad soul. And so the thing is that the mission that we're on is so extraordinary. It literally is a timeline where if we don't do things to help this planet and to help the people on this planet to overcome the demonic powers that have taken over the planet, then there won't be a humanity anymore. That's how important this work is. And one of the reasons why twin flames were triggered to have their Kundalini awakenings in certain timelines like this, in order to help humanity. So for the monad soul that the twin flames share, they live in the celestial realm together all the time. When we incarnate in a physical body on Earth, we only take in a very small part of our soul energy, but we exist in parallel realities with our twin flames, and the twin flames live in the celestial realms always together. So from that perspective, they're never apart. They have a very beautiful life together, but the part of them that they extend into the human world is a small part of the soul, and it comes in to fully have this remembrance of one another here too, because we're anchoring heaven on earth codes into the earth plane that really haven't been here for a long time. Very few souls along the journey have achieved this level of evolution. Souls like Yeshua and Buddha and some of the other ascended masters have, if they fully ascended. Not all of, even some of the other ascended master souls have even gone through that level of ascension. So it's a very rare thing to have them come in and take physical bodies, reunite together here, go through the spiritual work that has to be done in order to hold the frequency, because one soul that is an ascended 12-strand DNA being can influence the world. It's 70,000 times what a normal human being can do. That's the purpose that they're here. They're here to spread the light, to anchor in this frequencies from the Elohim. They're here to remind humanity of their higher truths, their potential for having completion in their soul, and to help humanity in this rescue mission. You'll notice that genuine twin flames, they don't just sit and do light and love all day long. They are here for a very, very important mission, and it is a bit of a battlefield. And so, for those that are all light and love, they're just missing the whole point of the twin flame connection and why it's so necessary that they came in this timeline. But when one passes over, the one that's staying on Earth should be focused on the mission, not on uniting with the twin flame, because the twin flames unite in soul. They share a monad soul, and our time on earth is very temporary compared to the eternalness of the soul and the union of the twin flames, which is eternal. So when you finally achieve a twin flame initiation and go through hierogamous union and all of the ceremonies that are included with that, which is a glorious experience and it can last years and decades, and it will last eternally, but the beauty, this honeymoon stage that they go through is so extraordinary that it will transform your life, and you will know that you don't have to seek love. It's already built into you. And when you activate some of your psychic abilities and you really connect to your higher soul and you develop your intuition and you get initiated, because it is a very high level initiation, then you get to change the way that you see dating, because dating for twin flames is silly. It's really silly. And not that we weren't there in our earlier timelines before we went through initiations and learned, the true spiritual union of the holy marriage, this alchemical marriage of the two that are one. And this is biblical. It was talked about in the book of Thomas, and it is very, 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 very sacred. But it's not really about being together on earth necessarily in this particular timeline, even though that is the case for some, and they are coming in and they are joining and they are, living together and that kind of a thing. And some of us are joining our twins in the physical form too. But it's really a much bigger mission than that. You have to understand that you have to expand your mind and see beyond the temporary 3D world, because twin flames don't live in the 3D world. They live in 5D and beyond, really in 12D, but they are anchoring in the 5D frequency for humanity in order to help humanity rise up into a higher state of consciousness as a collective for the planetary ascension. So when one passes over, you focus on your mission and you know that you're internally always connected. And you have to have vision to see beyond your little human life. And that can be challenging, because you may want them sitting there holding your hand every day. That's what everybody wants, right? From the human perspective. But from a soul perspective, there's a much bigger picture at play right now. And that's what twin flames are here to do. And it's very necessary for them to help come in with the frequency they have, because they come from the highest realms. I hope that helped. See you next time.